Coming into this postseason, going back before the division series, Appier, the only Anaheim Angel with postseason experience. That came a couple of years ago pitching for the Oakland Athletics.
Hasn't been driving in anybody either.
Lined into right field. Salmon slides.
To Jared Washburn and John Lackey, who were terrific in their last two starts.
High pop-up, straight away center field. Playable first and under the bright sunshine. Too long. We asked Ron Neudenheim about his approach, his team's approach.
So many times in this series, he's just had to battle his way out, and he hasn't been able to do it.
And he takes ball four. Very small strike zone early on here. From home plate umpire Dana DeMuth. Appier already looking in on a couple of those calls in that at bat. 3 hits in an inning to try and score a run if you're not sandwiching a walk somewhere in between or in among base hits. David Ortiz looks at a ball that gets away from Molina, and advancing on to second is Koski. Both catchers have been rock solid behind the plate in this series, Molina and Pierzynski. .222 average. In the air, right field, hit pretty well. Salmon drifting back to the wall. He will not get it. Scoring is Koski on his way to second with an RBI double as David Ortiz, and Minnesota jumps out to an early lead.
Ortiz told me before the game that he has to be patient with Appier because hitting fourth, you don't get too many strikes while you're running from first through the rest of the bases. Run hard until it gets out.
Hunter pops it up right side of the infield. Should end the inning. Spezio's there, and it does. But Minnesota gets a lead for the first time since winning game 1. And on the mound, outstanding in game 1, Joe Mays.
Those numbers a little inflated because he hung the slider to Eric Chavez in the...
Good guys. Real good guys. And it's been a pleasure to work with them during this series. Eckstein lays down the bunt. Charging Koski. In time. Good play by Corey Koski down at third base. Bouncing ball up the middle. Rivas cuts it off. Plants, throws. Eckstein lets it out. Infield hit. Base hit left field. Salmon's first of the series.
Mays was very inconsistent this season with his start. To respect Anderson's power, the opposite field.
Double play ball, maybe. Rivas to second, throw to first. Is time to double up Anderson. So runners on the corners, 2 away in the inning. Let's take a look at this.
In that 86 series.
Fly ball, right center field, should end the inning. Torrey Hunter is there, and it does. So a couple of hits, 2 men left. End of 1. Minnesota out to a 1-0 lead. High fly ball. Slicing towards Garrett Anderson out in short left field. 1 away. Lined into left center field, a base hit, and this ball will roll to the wall. Dustin Moore on his way to second base with a 1-out double here in the end. Minnesota second inning. But 0 for 3 so far in the league championship series in those situations. Until now, base hit into left field. They're going to wave around the runner. Here comes Garrett Anderson's throw to the plate. Cut off, throw to second. And now they have Pierzynski in a rundown. He's tagged out there. But Pierzynski knocks in the run, making it 2-0. I don't know about you, Steve. You and I have argued about this time to time since the best-of-7 format was introduced in 1985. Of course, one of those teams, the Angels. Their strike 3 called to end the inning. Another run, a couple of hits. After an inning and a half, 2-0 Minnesota. Fulmer 4 of 10 in the series with a home run and 4 knocked in. Bouncing ball down to Minkiewicz, and he'll beat Fulmer to the bag. 1 away. To Spezio. Bouncing ball at Guzman, the shortstop. And quickly 2 away here in the Anaheim second inning. It's really Joe Mays' game. Throw strikes, let him put the ball in play, and let his outstanding defense.
So it was a good one, wasn't
Yes, it was. It was solid. 2-1 to Benji Molina. And again, on the ground at Guzman. And that'll do it. In the Anaheim second inning, Joe Mays, just like game 1. Solid from the get-go. We go to the third, 2-0 Minnesota. All career highs for Jock Jones this year. That .300 batting average at 27 homers, 85 batted in. That one in the air. Salmon waits, squeezes it tightly, and Jones retired to begin the Minnesota third. Vision that many times and then just continue to wear him out is staggering.
And how much more important that is now about with the unbalanced schedule.
Right. Fly ball in the straightaway center field. Erstad is there. 2 up, 2 down here in the Twins' third inning.
Then drove in 103 in 2001. A couple different injuries this year slowed him down a little bit, but this is a guy that needs to hit.
Off the end of the back, short center field, late break by Erstad, but he'll get to it. Now uneven, so his first scoreless inning. Angels bat, bottom of the third, down a pair. Adam Kennedy then back to the top of the order, and Eckstein and Erstad in the Anaheim third. First pitch swinging, smoked into right field. Did he get enough? Yes. Minnesota lead. It's Adams' second home run during the postseason. Bouncing ball at Rivas. Plays the extra hop, knocks it down, throws in time. Good recovery there by Rivas. A little lazy coming in on that ball. Off the end of the bat. Slip play there by Guzman. Boy, he is smooth over there at shortstop. Salmon got his first hit of the league championship series in the opening inning, a single into left field. And a little floater that will be run down by Guzman in left center field to end the inning. But Kennedy plays long ball leading off the Anaheim third. We go to the fourth. Minnesota 2.
No question. That's why I said slider when I saw it, and I thought that he had put down a 1 before. And here's the same 3. This should be a fastball again. And it is.
Maybe that's why they're having trouble getting on the same page. Fly ball into center field, and Erstad's got it 1 away.
Sees 3 fingers down there. It's easier for him to say, all right, here we come.
2-1. Fastball smoked into left center field, but Erstad will run it down shy of the track. Bouncing ball at Eckstein behind the back. Good pick up anymore. 7 in a row set down by Appier. His team bats last to the fourth, down a run. Breaking ball scalded into right field this time, a base hit. Bud Black, the pitching coach for the Anaheim Angels. Anaheim with 4 hits against Mays through the first 3+. And Gloss, first pitch swinging, pops it up behind the plate. Derzinski's got it 1 away. 2-2. On the ground, double play ball. There it is, and the Twins turn it easily to win the inning. A leadoff hit, nobody left. And a 4-2-1 Minnesota back after a break from your local Fox station. It seems like every time Moore is up there, he has given him a good solid at bat.
Tough out.
3-2 pitch. In the air, straight away center field. And at the warning track, it'll be Darren Erstad.
Oh, Garrett Anderson in between innings was getting worked on. It looked like they were taping. Denny Hocking is unavailable for this series. Probably his best friend on the team says, you know what, the thing I like about him the most is that, yeah, he might do a crazy thing once in a while.
There's a base hit into center field, his second of the afternoon.
But he says, you know what? He'll go right to the plate, and if they want to stick one in his ear hole, he'll stand there and take it too. During the celebration after they beat the A's in the divisionals. What a way to miss a series.
Double play ball here. Eckstein, Kennedy. Go to the bottom of the fifth. 2-1 Minnesota. 4 hits for Anaheim against Joe Mays, who was terrific in game 1. In the air, right field, drifting back to the wall is Moore. Tie game. We begin anew here in the 5th. Molina rolls over one. Koski in front of Guzman. 1 away in the inning.
Watch how Spezio is one of those left-handed hitters that's a one-hand follow-through guy.
Back in Illinois, and the 1-2 on the way is in the air. Right center field. Hit pretty well. Dustin Moore back to the wall. Gone! St. Louis Cardinals minor league player of the year. They remember they dealt Jim Edmonds to get him. 2 away in the inning. Then the big move made to trade away Mo Vaughn to get today's starter Kevin Appier. No activity in the Minnesota bullpen. 1-0 pitch. On the ground is short. And Guzman will throw out Erstad to win the inning. Anaheim flexing its muscles. And the strongest of them all right now, Adam Kennedy. And a top of the order coming up for Minnesota against Kevin Appier. Jock Jones 0 for 2. High bouncer in front of the plate. Appier gloves, and he'll throw, but no chance to get Jones. Tying run aboard to begin the Minnesota 6th. Brendan Donnelly cranking it up now in the Anaheim bullpen. This bullpen has been sensational during this series. Bunted high in the air. This could be a hit. Fielded, and a nice play by Spezio to throw out Guzman, give him the sacrifice, advancing Jones into scoring position. He leaves with a runner at second and a 1-run lead for Brendan Donnelly. Oh, and to Koski, who struck out 7 of his last 11 plate appearances. It's 8 of 12 now. That one comes all the way to the screen, and advancing down to third is Jock Jones.
They're playing Ortiz like a dead pull hitter, and Ortiz in this situation should be thinking about just dumping the ball over the shortstop's head.
Struck out to end the inning. And just behind him, Kurtwood Smith from that 70s show. Sent into left field by Tim Salmon to begin the Anaheim sixth inning. Now Kevin Anderson 1 for 2 in the game. Singled his last time up, and a base hit in the right center field. Salmon making a turn, going to third, and they're starting to smell it here in Anaheim. On the ground, and they have the runner caught. Koski flips to Pierzynski, and they cut down the lead runner. What a big out that is for Joe Mays in Minnesota. Johan Santana. Swing and a miss, throw down to third, and a strike come out, throw him out, double play, ends the inning. It looked like somebody may have missed a sign. Anderson late to get started. It's a one-run game. We're back after these messages from your local Fox station. To end the inning to keep it a one-run game, Brendan Donnelly on in relief of Kevin Appier. Off the end of the bat, short right field, and Salmon is there. Hunter retired. One away. Talked a great deal about the struggles of Jones and Pierzynski and Koski, among others. That is only the second hit since coming to Anaheim for Minkevich. Tying run aboard. The go-ahead run comes to the plate for Minnesota. Like Scioscia telling us that before the game today. Into left center field. Another base hit for Dustin Moore. And on to second base goes Minkevich. Boy, Dustin Moore getting a chance to play here in Anaheim after not starting the first 2 games of the series. Lined into right field, a base hit. They're going to wave around the runner, and now throw up the stop sign is Al Newman. Able to fire it back in is Tim Salmon. And the bases are loaded with one away here in the Twins' 7th inning. Bobby Kelty will be sent up to pinch hit against the remarkable 20-year-old right-hander Francisco Rodriguez. Tying run at third, go ahead run at second, one out. Ball 4, and Rodriguez has walked in a run. What an outstanding at bat by Bobby Kelty. A 3-3 game, and they're still loaded. 1-2 on Jock Jones. Gets away from Molina, and here comes a go-ahead run, safe at the plate. A walk and a wild pitch has given Minnesota a 4-3 lead.
When he's going good, when he's wild, it's that much tougher, but you have to be fundamentally sound back there.
In the air, straight away center field. Tagging Pierzynski. Erstad to catch. Erstad to throw. Here comes a play at the plate. Pierzynski just beating the throw, and Minnesota with a 2-run lead. 2-2 to Christian Guzman. And a ground ball sharply, and Kennedy, he'll get there. And the inning is over, but not before these never-say-die Twins come up with 3 and lead by 2. Tie the game in the 5th inning, and 2 batters later, Kennedy gave him a lead. Into right center field, it will fall out there in front of Dustin Moore. So now Anaheim has a tying run coming to the plate. While we have a moment, let's send it back to our Fox Network Center at Jeannie Zelasco. Anaheim Angels. Base hit left field. And here come the Angels. Minnesota bullpen has made plenty of those the last 3 games. Diving play by Corey Koski. The throw. Base in left field. 5 straight hits here in the Anaheim 7th. And if you're Ron Gardenhire, I mean, what else can you do? You're putting out guys that have done the job all year long, and right now they're just not getting it done. Base in left field. They're going to hold Eckstein at third. 6 consecutive hits in the 7th inning. From us, Steve, they can feel it here in Anaheim. It's only a 1-run ball game right now in the 7th inning. 3-1. Ball 4. And they'll bring in a run. 7-5 Anaheim. And still nobody out. Infield in. And they get the strikeout of Gloves. They're going to hold Ochoa, and that makes it 8-5 Anaheim. One team comes up with 3 runs against nearly the most unhittable reliever in the playoffs in either league. As that one is thrown to the backstop, and another run will score. Minnesota came up with 3 runs in the 7th inning. Anaheim has scored 6 in the bottom of the inning and make it more than
if in fact it ends for them today, it's not the note that these young pitchers wanted to have it end for them all.
Another base hit. Sean Figgins came on the run for Benji Molina, and now gets an at bat and gets a base hit. Bob Wells got an out here last night.
The Angels are going so good right now. That foul ball was caught by a guy who didn't even need a glove.
Into left field, another base hit. They're going to hold the runner at third base. Adam Kennedy, 4 for 4, 3 home runs, and a single. The next guy hit with a breaking ball to make it 12-5. Seventh inning is not the way you wanted it to end, if indeed it does end. A bouncing ball, and Cavage will beat Erstad to the bag for the 2nd out of the inning. Figgins scores, making it 13-5. 10 runs in the Anaheim 7th inning. Was an all-star. Pitched 1 season with the then California Angels. There's strike 3 to Ochoa. Heavenly 7th in Anaheim. Anaheim 6 outs away from its first trip ever to the World Series, and Ben Weber takes over on the mound. And Benji's brother Jose takes over behind the plate. Lined into right center field, a base hit by Koski. Erstad over to cut it off. It'll be a leadoff single here in the Twins' 8th inning. Who knows? Those two may be facing one another in the World Series on Saturday. That ball driven into right center field. Erstad over to get it. 1 away. for years to come. Outstanding young nucleus of position players, and although some of the guys in the bullpen have struggled, they're mighty good as well. Double play into the inning. Anaheim Angels 3 outs away from a trip to the World Series. First time we've seen Kyle Loesch, a 13-game winner, as a starter during the regular year for Minnesota. First pitch swinging. Garrett Anderson on the ground to Guzman, 1 away. Led the Angels down the streets of Palm Springs, California, their spring training site, on his bicycle. Lost going on strikes, 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Sean Wooten with 2 down and nobody on, pops it up into foul territory. Looks like it'll come back into fair ground, and Mankiewicz able to get it to end the inning. Troy Percival will come on to pitch tonight. So Troy Percival comes on for Anaheim. Get a look at his postseason numbers. 4 years later, in 1986, when Benny felt the Angels were the team to beat in the American League, they jumped out to a 3-1 lead in the series over Boston as Mankiewicz lifts one to right field, leading 5-2 in the 9th inning of Game 5 without a World Series appearance. Fly ball right center. Erstad there. 1 out to go. They scored 8 runs in 1 inning of the division series against the Yankees. They scored 10 runs in 1 inning in the clinch game of the league championship series. Popped up. And the Anaheim Angels, for the first time in franchise history,